Hey YouTube friends, if you are new on this channel, my name is Jessica and I am the owner and operator of Round Town Candle Co. I am a hand-poured soy wax candle business in a small town in Ohio. So today's video, I want to talk about personality because I feel like personality when it comes to being a business owner is extremely important. If you don't have a good personality, people are not going to want to buy your product. If you could have the best product there is to sell, but if your personality isn't right there with it, then people may not purchase your product. Nobody wants to buy something from someone who is rude or doesn't give them the time of day or whatever. So I know that personality is important. I totally get that. But what happens when you feel a little more on the introverted side and you want to start a business? Well, can you actually do that? Sure you can. And I'm proof of that. So, all right, let's back up just a little bit. When I was, well, I guess it would be a little bit more than a little bit. When I was in school, when I was in high school, I was definitely a social person. I went shopping, I went to concerts, I went to friends' houses, I went to parties, gatherings, all that stuff. When I graduated from school, I still did a lot of that stuff. I still was out and had a pretty good social life. And then time passes and then it turns into a family and work and kids and house and all those different things. And suddenly all of the social life for me took a back seat. Now, I know plenty of people who have very busy lives and families and jobs and all of those things, and they still maintain a really good social life. So I'm not saying that I couldn't continue or that these other people are superpowers, that allow them to do all these things. It's not that at all. Really what it is for me is I became so focused on my family and doing things with them and, the house and just all that stuff, became so focused on that. And that's where I really found my joy in life. So I no longer felt like I needed all of the big social outings and stuff like that. So my circle was small but mighty. And really that is where I feel like I began to turn a little more introverted. Now, I'm not shy and I don't have a problem being around people or talking. I probably talk a lot. I'm sure a lot of people would tell you that. But when it comes to the social side of life, I just don't feel the desire to be this big social butterfly. So when I'm in my little cocoon, and all of a sudden I decide that I really like this candle thing and I've solved this problem of store-bought candles giving me headaches and making me feel yucky and just too overpowering and all that stuff. And so I've created this candle and I want to share it with people. I want to share with people who had the same struggle that I've had, not being able to burn candles because they make you feel so junky and just awful. So when I decided that, there was a moment or probably a period of time where I really questioned whether or not I would be able to do this. For one, I've never started a business, so that in itself is just scary. And then the second thing is I don't have this big personality where I'm just known all over town and just ready to be like, oh, here I am. And everybody's like, oh, there she is. We've been waiting on this. It's not like that at all. So it was a little bit scary for me. So I think really what helped me tremendously was the fact that my business started as an online business and it remains that way still. So I didn't, and some of this stuff I've talked about before, so if you've seen some of my other videos, this may not be a huge surprise to you, but I did not start out by telling a lot of people that I was going to start a candle business. In fact, I told no one. Chris and the kids and my mom and dad and sister were the only people who knew. And I even waited a while to tell my mom and dad just because I wanted to, I guess, kind of make sure that this is really the direction I want to go. So really that's one of the two reasons. I didn't want to tell a lot of people because I didn't want the pressure of a lot of people knowing. I didn't want people to say things like, oh, where are you at in your journey? How close are you to starting? What are you doing? Can I test? All that. I didn't want a lot of that. Not that there's really, I'm sure everyone who would do that would have great intentions, but I didn't want the noise. I didn't want all the noise around me. I just wanted to have my blinders on and just focus on what I was doing. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't tell people. The second reason is because by not telling everyone, it gave me the perfect opportunity to back out if I wanted to. Because obviously, big step to start a business. So I thought, I don't want a bunch of people to know this and be waiting and anticipating, and then all of a sudden I say, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. Then I would really feel like a failure. So I just didn't have it known, really. So when I did finally announce it, it was seriously felt like an out-of-body experience. I announced it on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, guess what? This is what I'm going to do. And people just exploded. Oh my gosh, and everybody was commenting and sharing and liking, and it got me super excited. It got me so excited. But then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I can't back out now. Like, I just opened my mouth and I just put it out there, and it's there, and now I have to follow through. I can't not do this. So I felt freaked out for a little bit. So anyways, starting with the online business. So my Facebook page is friends and family, people I went to school with, people I know from around town, and things like that. So it's not like I don't have a gajillion Facebook friends. I have a decent amount, but I'm not a huge social butterfly. So I announce on Facebook, get all the hype going and everything, and then I launch my business. And what was so cool about that, excuse me, is that the first people to buy were my people, my friends, my family, my immediate people. They were the ones who jumped right in to support me and help me to grow my business. And that was awesome. And it was comfortable because it was everyone I knew. It was my family. It was my cousins. It was my friends. It was my people I know from work and stuff like that. So it felt very good. I felt very loved on and supported, and it was exciting, and everybody was pumping me up, and people were liking my product, and it just felt so good. And it made me want to get bigger. It made me want to grow. So then the next thing that happened was somebody bought a candle that was a friend of a friend. So now it's someone who I kind of know who they are. I know of them, but I don't really know them. Same thing with me. They kind of know of me, but whatever. And so then I would get that sale, and that was fun. And then I started to get sales from people who I just straight up don't know. And I had this girl come pick up candles one day, and I said, how did you hear about me? How did you hear about Round Town? And she said, well, I went to a friend's house, and she had a candle burning, and it smelled super good. And I asked her where she got it, and she gave me her information. And so here I am. So I thought that was cool, because now it's a stranger who was in somebody's house and smelled their candle burning and must have liked it well enough that now they're buying candles from me. So it just started to feel like the excitement was almost too much. And I don't mean that for real, because I don't think I could ever have enough of that. But it was like the kind of excitement that just makes you not be able to sleep at night because you're just laying in bed like smiling. It was that good. So I started getting super pumped up about it. Well, guess what? All of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I am now talking to people I don't even know. I'm arranging pickups. I'm delivering candles. I'm answering questions and all this stuff. I think I just grew into a business personality. I did it. I actually did it. I went from this little introverted, I'm happy at home and I go out with my family and I do stuff like that, but I'm not really super social, to now all of a sudden, I'm still not super social. I'm still not going out and doing all kinds of crazy, events and different things like that. But sorry if you can hear that, there's a train. But the point is that it was a gradual progression. So that made it so much less scary for me. All of a sudden, I'm dealing with all these different people and I don't feel afraid of it. I don't feel like I don't have the personality for it. I don't feel so introverted that I can't do this. So that's what makes it really cool. So if you are feeling like you are maybe considering starting a business, starting a candle business, or whatever your journey is going to be, but you're concerned that maybe you don't have that super outgoing social business person personality, then don't be freaked out by that, because honestly, I was a little worried about it, and right now I don't feel the least bit backward or introverted when it comes to this business. And I have daydreams about having a retail space. I have daydreams about what I'm gonna do for my grand opening, and different little specials I want to have, and different ways I want to set up the store. You guys, if I close my eyes, I can see this store. And this is the hard part, because it's not a reality yet. Something I'm working on. I don't know if it'll be this year, next year, 3 years. I have no idea, but I'm going to keep dreaming this dream, because one of these days this dream will come true. It will be my reality. I can feel that in my soul. So it feels good. I love it. I'm excited about it. This is what makes me happy. This is what brings me so much joy. If I would have stood back and thought, man, I just don't really have the social life. Not enough people know me. I'm not going to be able to make that. I probably could have talked myself out of this just based on that. I probably could have told myself that I'm not an outgoing enough personality. I'm not known enough around town. I'm not social enough for this. And I could have talked myself out of this, but I didn't. I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot because I love it. It brings me joy. And I've created a product that I can burn in my home that doesn't give me headaches and make me feel like crap. I want to share this with people. And I took that step. And look where I am now. No, this is not my sole income. I'm not big enough yet for this to be just my sole income. But I am growing, and I am reaching out farther and farther. I am so far beyond my immediate family and friends now that it feels really great. It feels really good when I had somebody who I have no idea who they are purchase my candles from Texas, and I got to send them candles. That was the absolute coolest, because oh my gosh, that means I'm doing this. That means my YouTube is working. That means my reach locally is working, and I'm really excited about that. So if I can offer any advice to you guys out there who you might be pondering whether or not you want to turn your hobby into a business, or whether you want to just give it a shot, do not let your personality, whether you are introvert or extrovert, whether you are excited about it and you can just step into it and no problems at all, or whether you are freaking out internally because you just don't know if you're cut out for this, just go for it. Because I am telling you right now, sometimes things just work out and things will just change and progress, and you don't even know it until all of a sudden you open your eyes and you like, oh, that happened. Again, the gradual progression of going from immediate family and friends all the way up to strangers, total strangers. It didn't just happen like that. I didn't just open the business and all of a sudden it was people I have no idea who they are. It was such a smooth transition that I didn't even know that it was happening until I literally just looked one day and was like, that just happened. So do it. Go for it. Do not be afraid that your personality or your social status or whatever it is not right for a business, because I'm telling you, after having gone through this and feeling the way I feel now, I don't really think there's any way that it wouldn't work out for somebody. Unless your personality is just so poor or your attitude is poor, then yeah, maybe you probably don't want to do that. But if you are passionate about what you're doing, it will work out for sure. So as always, leave comments. Let me know how you guys feel. I love engaging with you, and I will always respond to all the comments. So that would be super cool. If you feel that you are held back in wanting to start your business because of that, let's talk about it. Or if you feel like you overcame a personality type that you didn't think would work for business and you're crushing it, talk to me about that. I love it. I love to hear all the stories. So, all right, you guys, I'm out of here for now. I'll be back again next week, and I hope you guys all have an amazing week. I hope life is treating you well, and I look forward to talking more about candles. So I will catch you guys later.